Hey, what's good, fam? Kyle Henderson, BamaInsider.com, along with Trey Yanity. Almost sounds like the Chicago Bulls theme or something like that, right? I like this intro music.
Intense.
Yeah, I like it. It's we're getting you fired up for Texas A&M week. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. He is Trey Yanity, both of BamaInsider.com. We just heard from Nick Saban on his Wednesday night press conference. But before we get into the show, definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, fam. We appreciate you more than you know. Alabama on a tear right now. And we thank you for being with us. Tonight, I was talking with the guys. Chris is our producer once again. I was talking about the guys, about the theme of this week and kind of the big news that Jace McClellan out for the season. And I know that is big news for any type of program. Anytime you kind of start losing running backs, and remember Trey Sanders, we've kind of seen spot play of him. Where it seems like we're going to see more of Roydell Williams. Kamar Wheaton, Nick Saban said this week that it's meniscus. He's kind of week to week. Trey, we've talked about Roydell Williams before. What's your take on Roydell Williams out of Hueytown?
Roydell Williams is a really talented back, and we talked about it on Saturday right after the game. We didn't exactly know what Jace McClellan was dealing with. We thought it was serious after what Saban said, but we didn't know it was, season ending, and it is now. So how much depth do you have in this running back room? You have a lot. You look at Brian Robinson, what he did this week. I think he's going to be able to increase his level of play or, at least sustain. I don't think you can increase from that performance on Saturday, but at least sustain what we've seen throughout the season. Now Roydell Williams gets his chance. In-state guy, like you said, and, really talented back here. We saw him get an expanded role on Saturday after Jace McClellan had to go out of that game, and he really handled it well. And it's, not just against, a defense like Ole Miss. We saw him in Florida at times. We saw him in the early games this season. He looked good. It's not to say that he's going to come in and maybe play at the same exact level as Jace McClellan. I think Jace McClellan is, arguably the best back in this room, or at least, right there with Brian Robinson. But I do think he is going to be able to provide that depth that you need. Now, Trey Sanders, we say his name here. I'm trying not to get yelled at by Coach Saban because hasn't gone over well these last couple of weeks. But I think Trey Sanders is going to get his chance here too. And, Kamar Wheaton, if he can get healthy, and I think he's really going to need to be 100% before we see him, I think he could be, a really electric running back that has a super high ceiling in this room. So there's still a lot of guys, a lot of depth in this room. It is scary to lose a player in that way. And, obviously now going to have to miss the rest of the season. It's super unfortunate. You hope for a quick recovery, but this room is deep, Kyle. This room is very deep. I think Roydell Williams is ready for this opportunity.
Roydell Williams out for the season, and Coach Saban also mentioned that Drew Sanders is also going to be out this weekend. Said that it's probably a week-to-week thing with a hand injury. Someone said there was like a rumor out there that someone said it could be a thumb injury or something like that. I don't know about that, but it looks like he had surgery on his hand. So you look to the outside linebacker room and kind of, who's going to step up there? Saban mentioned Dallas Turner. He mentioned Chris Braswell. Both those guys, 5-star outside linebackers, as you know, Alabama, rich beyond riches. But, losing Drew Sanders, it's impactful because ahead of him, you lost Chris Allen. So now you're kind of going into, the third tier of that outside linebacker position. Trey, your take on that?
The depth has to run out at some point. For Alabama, they have so much of it in that linebacker room, but, this outside linebacker group is getting thinned out. Chris Allen was a huge loss, but, well, hey, now Drew Sanders is going to come in and get his chance, and he took advantage of it. I really liked what we saw to Drew Sanders these last few weeks, but, now he's going to have to miss some time as well. Personally, I would love to see Dallas Turner get this opportunity. I think Chris Braswell maybe deserves it a little bit more. He's kind of worked and been here a little bit longer, but now Dallas Turner, I think has a little bit of a higher ceiling. I think he's a little bit more talented. And I think if he gets this opportunity early in his career around some older guys like Christian Harris, Henry To'oTo'o at this point, gaining some experience with this group. He's an older guy. That inside linebacker group can kind of teach these outside linebackers a little bit. I think as a whole, this is still a really strong unit. Another unit with a lot of depth. I mean, you talk about losing players. At least it's in two rooms that have so many different guys that can turn to, but it's certainly thinning at outside linebacker. I'm excited to see what they do here. That was another question today that didn't go over too well. Chris Braswell and Dallas Turner. If you guys haven't seen that, go check out the press conference up on the page now.
Yeah, we'll actually pipe in the press conference now. We'll listen to Saban, let everybody get checked in. Remember, this is a score prediction show, so once everybody gets checked in and we start to get going, post your score prediction and how it works. If you're new to this channel, please definitely, first of all, hit the thumbs up, then subscribe. And then how it works is you post your score prediction. Chris, our producer, is going to post them on the screen. Trey is going to read them out, and then I'm going to judge your avatar. I'm just going to provide kind of the commentary, the good, the bad. I'm going to rate it. Last week we had some fun with it. Hopefully we get some new avatars action, going forward. So let's pipe in Saban. This is his opening statement from Wednesday. Again, you can watch the full press conference in its entirety right here on our YouTube channel.
Be able to generate their own when it comes to like goals and things that you want to accomplish relative to your team, your season, and your own personal performance. And I think you got to sustain that every day. And I know that's difficult, but that's something that's a challenge to each and every one of the players on our team. It doesn't always have to be because somebody disrespects you from the other side or you get motivated for some external reason. It really should be all about internally, what you want to accomplish, what you want to do. Everybody's got to respect winning, what it takes to win, the kind of preparation, the kind of work ethic and practice, the kind of habits you got to create so that you have, an opportunity to do that. I think this is, one of the best teams we played all year from a personnel standpoint. They just had some tough breaks. Probably, the best team in the SEC last year could have been in the playoffs, and they got 15 starters back. So I think we need to have great respect for what we're going to have to do to have success against this team in this game.
But before we go forward with Coach Saban's press conference from Wednesday night, Trey, your take on Texas A&M. And again, this is a score prediction show. We'll have our first score predictions here at the 10-minute mark. We got 3 minutes to go to that point. Your take on Texas A&M, because I mean, 0-2 in SEC play, on the verge of being 0-3. Someone asked also, Chris, about the over/under. There you go. It's the total points is 51 in the game. Seems a little bit low, which probably tells me that Alabama, is the heavy favorite. You're looking maybe at a score of like 42-10 or something like that. But your take on Texas A&M, especially the impactfulness of them losing their starting quarterback early on.
Oh, it's killer. But that's kind of the interesting, kind of wrinkle in all this, because he was the young kid on this team. This is a very experienced group at Texas A&M. And, I thought I had this team figured out, Kyle, to be honest with you. A couple weeks ago, if you'd asked me, I would have said, this team is really good at running the football. Their defense brings it every week. And, they're going to be the team that stays in the game for 4 quarters with you. But, seeing them get in the SEC now, play Arkansas, lose to Arkansas, lose this past weekend as well. I don't really know about this Texas A&M team. They look good in their non-conference, but now with the quarterback situation, the way their offensive line has looked at times, I really don't know if this team is going to be able to stick around in this game. I was way off last week, and I wanted to address this on this show. My score prediction was a little bit closer last week. I thought Ole Miss was going to be able to stick around points-wise. I don't think Texas A&M is going to be able to. Now, their defense has only allowed 63 points all year. That's about 12 a game. So their defense is going to, maybe keep them around for a little bit. But this offense, maybe with, one of the best running backs in the SEC, isn't very talented as a whole.
Yeah, you kind of look at their season schedule results, and they started off hot, beating Kent State 41-10. Then Texas A&M, struggled as their quarterback. I think he broke his foot.
I think it was, something lower body.
10-7 in Boulder, Colorado. Beat New Mexico the next week at College Station 34-0. Then have lost their last 2 games, losing to Arkansas 20-10, and then losing to Mississippi State, which is a really bad loss, 26-22. Heard from Jimbo Fisher earlier today. Maybe I'll pipe that in just a second. He praised Bryce Young. It might be good to hear from Coach Jimbo Fisher. I think a lot of people feel that I talk fast, that I speak fast. Wait till you hear Jimbo Fisher speak. Jimbo Fisher seriously looks like he is on just another level. I mean, your ears got to really perk up for that. But as we get to the 10-minute mark, post your score predictions. Chris, I feel we have some in, so let's go ahead and read some score predictions for Alabama and Texas A&M. If you're new to the show, if you're a returning guest, this is how it works. Chris will post your score prediction. He's our producer in the back. He will post your score prediction on the screen. Trey will read the score prediction out. I will judge your avatar. We have fun with it right here on BamaInsider.com. 3, 2, 1.
Let's see what we got. Who's going to be first this week? Ooh, a very interesting avatar for you, Kyle. Nathan Pyle. No cap. I like it. Keeping the cap out of here. It's going to be 63-14. What's your take? Name, avatar.
Zelda. Who doesn't like Zelda? I don't think you guys probably are old enough to play Zelda, but that's a lot of points. I feel that Alabama's certainly capable of throwing up 63 or whatever they want to do, because I still don't feel that this offense has played their entire 4 quarters just yet. 14 points. It's hard for me to see Texas A&M scoring 2 touchdowns. So I guess we'll have to see. But loving the avatar. Strong leadoff. Nice way to be our leadoff hitter there.
Solid work, Nathan. 5 stars for you. Let's move it along here. Who do we have next? Eddie Owens. 56-2, I believe, is what we got there. 56-10. Excuse me.
56-10.
Okay, yeah, getting a little block there at the bottom.
Oh yeah, because you can't see it, right?
I can't.
I have the same issue.
Just the YouTube bar at the bottom there, but we're getting through it all. It's just a little hazy down there. Eddie Owens keeping it pretty simple here with the whole profile.
Yeah, I mean, big E coming with it. Nobody's ever hated on the letter E, so I'm not going to start, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I mean, let's roll with it. Eddie Owens, thanks for being our number 2 hitter. 56-2. I mean, that's a large margin, but, everyone's filling Alabama's offense clearly. Go ahead.
Very much so, yeah. I don't know if there's any letter E haters. If you guys are out there, get in the comments. I'd love to hear your take.
Hating on the letter E. Come on.
Man, Garrett, this is the letter G now. Let's move it down the alphabet. 54-14. He's got Bama. Is that Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, it's Stephen A. Smith. I saw today on social media, someone did a great impersonation of him. I mean, this guy is full of takes, and I love when Smith does his take on the Dallas Cowboys, and he'll be like in his room, he'll be smoking a cigar, and then he's like, "How about them Cowboys?" Every time it kills me. 54-14. Man, Alabama fans, I mean, look, that's a lot of points. I mean, I think that this just shows that this Texas A&M team is clearly in trouble. Let's keep it going.
No doubt about it. This was a team that was ranked in the top 10 for most of the season, out of the top 25 now, and Alabama tied, showing you why they think so. 43-10, I believe we have there in favor of Bama. Classic profile for this one.
Yeah, I mean, this one's certainly too easy to judge. I mean, the script A, I mean, coming with it, you got the national titles in the background, strong all the way through. I like the score prediction as well.
Yeah, I like the confidence too. Alabama Tide getting in the comments saying they have the best avatar by far.
And good username.
Wow, I like it. It's very on brand. Everything is very tied together well. If anybody thinks they have a better avatar, I want to hear what you have to say to Alabama Tide.
This one is tight.
Man, get in the comments. Let's move it along here. Who's up next?
Okay.
Dede Odom, Bama, 42-17. This is a very, I don't want to say chalky, but this is a realistic score. I like the way you're thinking, Dede. This is pretty close to mine, I'd have to say. What do you think on the avatar here?
Avatar, look, Dede's coming with it. She's like half in, half out. I don't know. Like she might be like coming up in the camera box, but either way, I like the score prediction. Because I think in my score prediction, we have to post ours at the end. Last time against Ole Miss, we did it.
Right for the best.
Someone called us out. They were like, "Well, where are their score predictions?" We appreciate you, Dede's. Come with it. Love Dede. I mean, I need to see that name more.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's pretty cheerful here. Jeff Stapleton is going to always bring some cheerful vibes for us. And Jeff, I think we saw you in the comments there on Saturday. We do owe you an apology. Your score was way better than ours. And again, this week, bringing the heat, 45-7. I like it, 45-7. Keeping it short and easy for us, and just a classic profile here as always.
Yeah, real simple. I mean, took that right off of Pinterest or whatever, Jeff. But you're coming with it always. I mean, Jeff is a member of Bama Insider. You see that nice little logo to the right of his name. That means he is a proud member. That means he supports us every single month. How do you do that? Hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. All right, before we get to our next score predictions, let's continue with Nick Saban. A lot to get through on our score prediction show. Definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, fam. We appreciate you more than you know. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. He is Trey Yanity, both of BamaInsider.com, coming to you on Texas A&M week from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Keep those score predictions coming. We will get to them inside the comment box. Now, Coach Saban got a little fired up today because he was asked about the absence of Drew Sanders. And in case you missed that, he's not going to be playing this game with a hand injury. Looks like a thumb. He had surgery, I guess, this week, so he's going to be out this week. Was asked about the outside linebackers. Got a little riled up because he was asked about this morning during the SEC teleconference. Here's Coach Saban. I think it's at the 2:15 mark, so let's make sure to get that there. Saban didn't really like to answer the same question twice. Here we go.
Thoughts and prayers are with you, and we're very saddened by his passing, this week.
Okay, and with that, we'll start with Charlie Potter. Charlie, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Earlier today, you talked about Dallas Turner and Chris Braswell stepping up for Drew. Just what kind of progress are you seeing from both of those guys?
I just got on Josh about this. If I talked earlier today about him, why do I have to it's like a doubleheader in baseball with the same guy pitching both games. So I talked about the progress that they both made this morning. So I guess I'll repeat myself, right now. Both guys are young guys. They've got a lot of potential. They've played some in games. They're getting all the reps in practice. We're going to do as much as we can to bring those guys along. And we got faith, trust, and confidence that they'll be ready to go in the game on Saturday.
Oh, we were talking about this earlier, Trey. The Dallas Turner and Chris Braswell. Braswell had a very successful spring for the University of Alabama. Dallas Turner, someone who has spot played. You seem to be very confident in Dallas Turner.
I just love what he brings to the table, his skill set, getting to see his huddle tape. And, we haven't gotten to see him quite as much here at Alabama yet. What we saw in practice was really impressive, though. And I think this outside linebacker group is always going to be super motivated. Sal Sinceri is making sure that this group is, keeping to it at practice. So I think they're all ready to go. I don't think you have to feel too worried about any one of these guys that they turn to. But, I do think that there's something to be said about getting these young players experience in a situation like this. Alabama is 5-0 at this point. They have pretty much, there's some hard games on the schedule. I think they've gotten their 2 hardest games in the regular season out of the way, and that's going to be bulletin board material for later on. I already know it is, but, at this point, I think it's about getting experience to some of these younger guys. This defense has a lot of veterans and is just a mix of guys, and there's some youth that I think could really benefit from playing a game at Texas A&M at night in the SEC. So, maybe this is a chance for Dallas Turner to do that. I think Chris Braswell has earned it, though. Like we said, he was working hard this spring to get this opportunity. And, you hate injuries to be the reason he does, but it would be cool to see him get on the field as well. I don't think you can go wrong either way. I do like Garrett's take, though, on Nick Saban's anger today. Maybe it's just the Yankees losing last night. That's not a bad take.
Yeah, we were all watching that game. We're talking about the game upcoming tonight. And, clearly Boston took it to him. I mean, and right from the get-go. Kyle Henderson here with Trey Yanity. Definitely a thumbs up. Excuse me. Like, subscribe. We appreciate you more than you know. Thank you very much for being a part of our 60,000 club right here on BamaInsider.com. Andrew Bone, Tony Sakos, Mick Gillespie. We recently added the Jay Barker show, had a video today that we posted with Trent Richardson talking about Brian Robinson and comparing him to former Alabama running back Glenn Coffey. Go check it out right here on our YouTube channel. As we continue, I'm actually going to put Jimbo Fisher's soundbite on from earlier. He's talking about Bryce Young and the escapability and what he brings to the table. But before that, Saban was asked about Roydell Williams, kind of the style that he brings to the table. And as you know, Roydell Williams is going to have an elevated role with Jace McClellan now out to a season-ending knee injury. So you have Brian Robinson, Roydell Williams, and you have Trey Sanders. But Saban was asked about Williams. Here's what he had to say about Roydell Williams this evening on Wednesday. Again, you can watch our full press conferences in its entirety right here on our YouTube channel. Here's Saban talking about Roydell Williams out of Hueytown, Alabama.
Consistent at.
We do have a couple more here. We'll go to Tony.
How would you describe Roydell Williams' running style? And then what do you think he offers as a complete package out of the backfield?
Who?
Roydell Williams.
Yeah, Roydell's played a lot against Southern Miss, gained 100 yards. Roydell is a good back. He's got good explosion. He can run behind his pads. He's tough. He's got speed and burst. It's a good receiver. So we have a lot of confidence. Now, other than the Southern Miss game, he's carried the ball a few times other than that, but he got some good experience in that game. So hopefully that'll help his confidence, and he'll be ready to take on a bigger role now with the offense. And we're confident that he's very capable of doing that.
We'll finish up with Cecil.
All right. That was Nick Saban talking about Roydell Williams. Now, I'm going to share the screen on my side, Chris, because I want to bring up a very interesting stat that I have come across, and that's Alabama starting out games. I mean, these stats are amazing. So these are the official stats for the University of Alabama. As you can see, they're their first 5 scores of the season. You know the scores, right? But let me scroll down. Okay. So these are, I'm a stats like nut. I love stats. I'd love to go through them. Okay. So these are the stats by quarter. Okay. And I think these stats are very telling, because if you look at that first half, and when you talk about betting, right? If there's anyone out there and you're betting on Alabama in the first half, look at these numbers and look how fast Alabama is starting. Even against Florida, what was the opening score, Trey?
I think it was 21-3 was what it got out to at one point.
21-3, okay. Yeah. And I'm leading up to this because a lot of people keep asking, why are the starters still in the game up to the fourth quarter? Why aren't we seeing more of the backups? So I want to ask you this, and inside the comment box as well. I'm going to ask Trey this. I want to ask you inside the comment box. Alabama has clearly, at least to me, within the screen, within these stats, they have not played an entire game. And I think you could argue, well, they're calling off the dog, so to speak, in the back of this, in the third and fourth quarter. I kind of tend to disagree with that. I feel that they haven't played a complete game. And the reason I say that is because Coach Saban keeps bringing that up.
Yeah.
I don't think he said through the first 5 games that they played a complete game. Now, look, Coach Saban's standards are perfect. You have to play at the highest level. But if you look at the first quarter, 73-3, those are unbelievable numbers. I think that stat really jumps out to me, as well as the fact that the Georgia Bulldogs have only allowed 25 points this season. Those are the 2 big stats for me right now in college football. Trey, what do you think about these stats right here? Do you think Alabama's been, kind of holding back in the third or fourth quarter, or do you not feel that they've put together an entire game just yet?
Holding back, I don't know if I would put it that way necessarily. Maybe they've been trying some different things later in the game. They've been trying things they might not do in the first and second quarter. And, there's been times where we've seen, certain guys get in certain formations where we just wouldn't see that in the first half. But overall, there definitely hasn't been, a matched effort for all 4 quarters. There's no question about it. Nick Saban's addressed it. The players themselves at times have addressed it this season. But, you really look at those first 2 quarters, it's not just like they're getting out and, winning. They're dominating. It's 73-3 and 76-16.
Mm-hmm.
And, in the third and fourth quarter, you don't have to go out and dominate if that's the case. You just have to win. But you look at that fourth quarter, they're not even winning that number. It's 34-30 in favor of the opponents, and they are up by 11 in the third there. But, just the mere dominance in the first 2, up next, to the third and fourth quarters where they're, only outscoring their opponents by 7 combined points. That's, a real head scratcher there. And I don't know if it's, important at this point in the season where they're playing schools that are unranked and, this, that, whatever, that you necessarily have to worry about being in the game all the way. But when it comes playoff time, when it comes SEC title time, when you're playing against defenses like Georgia, where you can't just score at will, you're going to have to play complete games. It's not to say that the defense has looked terrible in these last 2 quarters, but it's certainly been a drop off, and I think that's where it starts. I think the offense could make it click if they had to in a big situation. The defense has had to at times this season. We saw them stand up on the goal line at Florida, stand up on 4th down against Ole Miss, but late in the game, are they going to be able to make those plays? We haven't seen it yet. We really haven't.
All right. Well, you know what that time it is. Let's get some more score predictions. I'll cue the music and how this works. Okay. If you're new to the show, Chris is going to post a score prediction on the screen. Trey is going to read them out. I'm going to judge your avatar, provide a little commentary, not so much popcorn commentary, because we know how that went over for Lane Kiffin, right? But away we go. So post your score prediction inside the comment box. Nathan, we already got you. But post Nathan again. If he wants to get up on there with his Zelda avatar and he wants to get some screen time love, then give him the screen time love that he deserves.
Yeah. There you go,
right?
Nate. Good to see you back.
Post your score prediction inside the comment box. Away we go. 3, 2, 1.
Man, I think Nathan and Alabama Tide are in the lead right now as far as avatars go, but we got a lot of predictions left to read off. Gary Major getting us started in round number 2, 45-17 Bama. Nothing wrong with the profile here. Here's your G, Kyle, and there's Major.
Straight G coming with it. Gary Major, 45-17. I think we had another score prediction that was similar, right?
We had 42-17.
It was Didi, right?
Yeah, Didi. Yeah, it was Didi.
What's up, Didi? If you're still watching, we appreciate you. Same with Gary Major, man. No one's hating on the G, but we would like to see an updated avatar next time. Please, 45-17. Let's keep it rolling.
Got to get some personality to it. Dave D's bringing it, though. I can't exactly tell what's going on here in this one. Looks like some kind of cartoon. I'm not going to read into it too deeply. Family Guy, maybe, yeah. We'll take a closer look, but he says, give me 45-10. They have a good defense, but being out the starter at QB, it hurts him. It does hurt him. I like 45-10 there. Kyle, I don't really know what's going on here with the avatar.
Oh, well, just as Chris said, it's Family Guy.
It's the monkey. So, it's the monkey in the closet.
Yeah, so this is a family show, even though but we do have Bama Insider After Dark, and you'll probably get more Bama Insider After Dark after this Texas A&M game. So look, Family Guy, great show, nothing wrong with it. Dave D, we appreciate you. 45-10. See, this is the type of score that I'm thinking about going with. I'm right now. I'm kind of floating with 42-10. Right, I'm kind of like a teaser of my score prediction at the end. Does that seem? I mean, that seems realistic.
I think that's certainly realistic, and 10 may even be an overstatement there. This offense, Isaiah Spiller's great. It's not to hit on this running back room. Their tight end play has been amazing, but this offense as a whole just hasn't had it.
And look at the photo. I mean, look, you got B-Rob, you got Spiller. I mean, Look at that. Built by Bama.
Look at, I mean, and it's depth perception
No,
here.
yeah, and
but
I get
still,
you. But
I mean,
look,
just look at the definition of
but the pipes of B-Rock. I mean, come on. All right, let's keep it rolling. Next score prediction.
Who do we got next? We got Josh. Some more Bama action going on here. 28-17. Bama with an exclamation point. I love the energy. I love the avatar as well.
Yeah. I mean, have you noticed, and Josh, straight up Josh, that's my brother's name, Josh. Shout out to Josh out in New Mexico. If you're watching, we appreciate you. Josh, we appreciate you as well. 28-17 seems a little bit low, but I mean, when you look at the total points, I think it's only 51. Have you guys noticed, and this is a question for everybody out there, have you been noticing that they've been going with the Karate Kid?
They have. They were asked about it this week.
Yeah.
And Jameson,
yeah.
I think Jameson Williams said that they just kind of came up with it. There's really no story behind it. That's just kind of their thing. I like it.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I was trying to find, because I had it on social media. I had the best at it. So I had Mechie, Jameson Williams, and then I threw in the Karate Kid in the back.
Oh, that's awesome.
So maybe we'll find that
Yeah.
and throw that on the screen. But yeah, loving the avatar, man. The rideouts, everybody missed. I mean, we still got the rideouts, but the OG rideouts.
Well, that was their own little thing. And I think John Mechie, it probably feels weird because he's split. It's like these are the new guys, and that was my old, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's
Rideouts live on. Keep it going.
Let's see what we got next. Nick Saban Jr. Wow.
No
the
way.
son of the GOAT here joining the
Yeah,
show. We
come on.
appreciate it. He's got 63-17. And I believe one of the statues out there in front of Brian Denny.
Well, that's nice the profile. Statue. That is. Oh, I get it. Because so look, the reason Trey can't see is not because he's blind, but because the computer screen that he's looking at is like not 7, maybe like 6 feet away.
Yeah, it's pretty far away. The camera is up here. The computer is somewhere over here. So I'm not blind at this point. If somebody wants to throw in for LASIK surgery, I'll take it. But
63-17. Nick Saban Jr., Nick Saban Sr. would be mad at that score because 17 points. I don't think Texas A&M is getting 17 points.
Yeah, I don't
think Alabama's getting 63 points.
Probably not. This defense has looked really good. They're only allowing 12 a game, but this is another statement opportunity for Alabama. They said Ole Miss wouldn't allow it again, and Alabama did the dang thing. So I like it. 63-17. Who do we got next? Let's take one more maybe in this little second rundown here. Let's see if I can get this in one take. Chase Bryant to champ. Bama by 40. I love it. We got a tiger or something going on here.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of like a shirt imprint of like the guy's shirt, and like what does that say? We can't see it because the YouTube avatar is blocked. Chris, can we see it?
I don't know if we need to see it, to be honest with you, but
all right.
I like it as a whole here. Chase Bryant the champ. Take a pause.
Take a pause.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Okay.
Sweet. Bama by 40.
Trey was all worried that we were going to move from our family show to the dark side.
I'm just looking out for our youngsters out there joining us tonight.
But it is important to take a pause.
It is.
Yeah.
It certainly is. And I like the dog joke there, too.
All right, keep it going. Roll them.
It's good stuff. Yeah, let's keep it going here. Scuba Steve.
Yeah, what's up, Scuba?
What is up, Scuba Steve? Good to see you, man. 53-6. Bama's looking better. I agree with that. It's just keep getting, Miami was maybe the best game I think I've seen so far this season, but it just keeps getting better. I like it, Scuba Steve. Just a black box here. A little simple.
Yeah, Scuba Steve loved the straight up black box, but Scuba Steve and I told you this before, it's from Big Daddy. Trey has not seen that show. I don't think Chris has either. These guys are like 10 years old back here. But look, Scuba Steve, if you can somehow update that avatar to maybe Scuba Steve, I might be able to give you a little bit more point value on the avatar. I don't know. Let's follow up next week. Keep it going.
It's a great effort, Scuba Steve. And Roz Lion, adding the Lion name back to the show here, 42-13, Bama. He's got the emoji in there, too. I love it.
Yeah, this would probably be something that I would probably go with. Like personally, I probably rock this. It looks like he went to some sort of game. He was cleaning out. His team probably won the game. Looks like there's some bleachers behind him. And he was like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm going to take a selfie, send it to my pops or something like that. So, yeah, Roslam, man, we appreciate you. That's a good score prediction. I can see Texas A&M kicking 2 field goals and maybe scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, I think that's certainly fair. Maybe just 1 touchdown, maybe not even. We'll see. I love the profile pic. That's a high-quality selfie. iPhone 13, maybe? I don't know. Let's keep it going here, Rosline. Thank you for the prediction. Raider fan, 38-13. They got the Tide. Another letter. Guys, I think it's slacking a little bit this week. We've seen way too many letters.
Raider fan, look, okay. It's all good. But let's talk about 38-13. Raider fan. Did you watch the Raiders and the Chargers?
I watched the end of the game. It was madness at the end.
The Raiders have a solid squad. The Chargers were coming with it. The defense within that first half was ferocious.
They were, and you look at that Chargers team as a whole. I didn't want to believe in Justin Herbert coming into the season. I know he looked great last year, whatever else, but I thought maybe you'd have the sophomore slump. That kid looks legit. Oh my goodness!
But you have so many Alabama players within the Raiders. I mean, look at their offense, right? Henry Ruggs, Kenyon Drake, Josh Jacobs, Alex Leatherwood, and look, I got love for Alex Leatherwood. He's having a tough time in his initial year. When you're going up against Joey Bosa. My goodness. I mean, that's a tall task for, a rookie.
Tough division.
So it's been interesting to see those guys, but man, Henry Ruggs fast as they come. Okay,
goodness.
Let's get a couple more score predictions and then, we'll keep it going.
Next up, we got Dr. Football 3. They have a degree in football, so I think they know what they're talking about. 45-0. Another emoji in this one as well. Bama's defense pitches a shutout. I like it.
Yeah, straight D. Look, Doctor, he's obviously got, PhD in football, probably not, 45-0. I could, this doesn't seem out of this world. I mean, Saban going down, College Station, this defense. I mean, the way that they played against Ole Miss was certainly dialed in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were motivated.
Look, I have kind of questions about the outside linebacker position now that Drew Sanders is out, Chris Allen's out. But, man, just as you said, those 5-star outside linebackers, you got to think they step up. Kind of pair that with Texas A&M's backup quarterback. I guess we'll have to see. All right, keep it going. Couple more. And just to wait, Chris, hold up. Post Nathan, our Zelda fan, 42 likes, 162 people. Look, all you got to do, hit the thumbs up. 42 likes. Look, the more people we get on the show, the better the content. Look, we appreciate you. You want to see more shows, hit the thumbs up. We appreciate you. I mean, it's a free thing to do. It's simple. So hit the thumbs up. We appreciate you, fan. Okay, a couple more, and then we'll get to some other topics right here on Bama Insider.
SEC. Hook 'em. We got some Texas love with the SEC already. I love to see it. They got the logo and everything. I'm going to let you go crazy on this one, Kyle, but we got 63-0 in an empty stadium.
Look,
wow.
63-0, was one of the coldest social media posts. And look, you're not going to like this SEC Hook 'em, okay? But one of the coldest posts so far on social media was when Arkansas beat Texas. And then they posted a picture on social media and they said, "Welcome to the SEC."
That was dirty.
That was crazy.
Everybody
that was
and their
cold.
brothers.
You saw that, right?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. And then just the reaction was like, you guys really want to join the SEC after that?
Look, Coach Saban was asked today. Actually, let me see if I can play that because Saban, he was kind of, temperamental today.
He was.
I want to see if
it's been Wednesdays.
Okay. Look, I'm going to add this other clip from Saban today. And he talked about Texas and Oklahoma, and them joining the SEC. And look, he wasn't too excited about the question. Let me get that up for you.
And that was a really good team.
It was at the end. You know that.
To have.
How would you say this team has evolved?
That's starting to happen in some cases. I think some of the guys are starting forward, but that's something that
this is from the weekly
teleconference to work to try to develop.
Coming right back.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach, we'll take one more. We'll go with Joseph Goodman of AL.com.
Hey, Nick. You guys are at Texas A&M. Not far away is the Texas-Oklahoma game this week. Just from a big picture perspective, how much do you think that recruiting, the recruiting in the SEC contributed to Oklahoma and Texas's decision to join the SEC?
I really can't answer that. You ought to ask Texas and Oklahoma that. It's not my question to answer. So I don't even know the validity of the question because Oklahoma and Texas both have good players too. So I can't answer that. I think you should ask them.
Wow. Saban he was kind of grumpy today.
He was. Yeah, it's been Wednesdays these last couple weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Out of the classic thing when people say, Coach Saban is grumpy or whatever, they're like, what do they say?
He didn't have his cream pie.
Yeah. Come on. That's the one thing people go to. They're like, Miss Terry didn't put out the cream pie. I don't know. I mean, people get in bad moods.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, when your team's, undefeated, they haven't lost in, 658 days.
Something
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'd be that grumpy.
I don't think I would either. At this point, what's there to be grumpy about? But I really do like, I think it was Garrett made the take. It's got to be the Yankees. I mean, he's always wearing his gear. He's always getting with the players. I think it's New York.
He can be whatever he wants. But look, getting back to Texas and Oklahoma, joining the SEC, I think it's going to be super interesting. Next year, Alabama and Texas are scheduled to play in week 2. Before that, it's Alabama and Utah State. I think from a recruiting standpoint, it certainly helps out Texas and certainly helps out Oklahoma. And I think from kind of the TV brand and getting to pair up with the SEC, it makes a lot of sense from a monetary standpoint. Now, can they play with the teams in the SEC? That's the other question. I absolutely think they can. I think it's certainly going to help recruiting. It's kind of yet to be seen what Sark can do with Texas. Oklahoma, it's so hard to track that team because they just don't have a defense built to win games, but they have an offense built to compete in games with top-end teams, although they've had trouble with Alabama. But I think from a recruiting standpoint, it certainly helps. But like Coach Saban said, it's not like those teams don't have mediocre programs. I mean, let me ask you this, okay? Alabama has a gigantic brand in college football. Look at what they've done since Saban's been here, all the championships. Texas arguably still has a bigger brand in college football. And what have they done? You see what I'm saying? Like the amount of money that they have behind them, they can have anything in this world, any facilities. I mean, look at Texas A&M. Look what they've done with their facilities. Their facilities are better than Alabama's. The stadium, the renovations. I mean, that's a first class facility.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a few of these programs around the country that aren't winning right now. And, it's not to say they're not winning, just not winning at this level. Look at Michigan right now. Look at Southern California. Look at even Florida State, Texas. All these schools are not winning right now, and they have some of the most unbelievable facilities in the country. And think about it like this, Kyle. They're in the most hotbed recruiting areas in the entire world. If you were in Texas, if you're in Austin, Texas, how are you not winning? How are you not going to Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, all over the state, in the rural parts of the state where you can get these linemen? The state of Texas, the fact that TCU is winning at a higher rate, that Texas Tech has, not right now maybe, that Texas A&M has and potentially could throughout the rest of this season, they're winning at a higher rate than Texas is just mind-boggling to me. And you look at Southern California, the fact that they're in Los Angeles, California, they're losing the Bryce Youngs, they're losing these players. It is truly mind-boggling. They're coming to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and it's nothing against this city, this state, what they built here. It's a beautiful city and amazing facilities here, but the fact that these kids are leaving where they're from around these amazing brands to come here, it really makes you wonder, what is Nick Saban pitching to these kids?
He's pitching greatness, and I'll tell you what he's pitching. Most importantly, I'm going to pipe in Jimbo Fisher's press conference in just a second, but he's pitching the fact that not only can you compete on a national level every single week in front of a nationally televised audience, but you can also play on Sundays. I mean, think how many players now. I mean, look, for the past couple of years, there's been players in the NFL, of course, from Alabama. Now with over 70, it seems like every single game you watch, there's starters from Alabama on every single team. Honestly, right? Yeah. I mean, it was just for a while that the 49ers, which is a team that I follow, didn't have a player from Alabama on their squad, but that's kind of the rarity. I mean, there's programs out there with 5, 6, 7 players from the University of Alabama. Here's Jimbo Fisher's SEC teleconference. It's just audio. I'm going to play 2 different sound bites, I think. One is on William Anderson. He's talking about Alabama's outside linebacker. Very high praise for Anderson, clearly. And then also he's talking about Alabama quarterback Bryce Young in 2 different times. So I'm going to pipe in Jimbo Fisher. This is from Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, SEC coaches join an SEC teleconference. We put that on our YouTube channel in audio format. Here is Jimbo Fisher. Give me a second as I bring up William Anderson. Shouldn't take me long.
How they come out with the grade?
It is at the 1:30 mark. Here is Jimbo Fisher talking about Alabama outside linebacker William Anderson.
So I'm just curious, Will Anderson and scouting him. I mean, how rare is his combination of size and speed?
Well, I mean, it really is. I mean, his length, his size, his explosion. And I'm going to tell you, you talk about his athleticism, but, man, he's a very technically sound football player. He has great hands at the top of his rush. He's able to have a second burst. He's able to use those hands and work his moves as he drops his pads and then has another burst right at the top that really separates him. There's a lot of little things about him that we see size and speed for pure speed, but he has quickness, he has flexibility, and that allows him to create power too. And that's the other thing. He's gotten bigger and stronger allowing him to even go speed to power that much more along with his moves. And he's an exceptional football player that can stand up, get down, move inside, outside. Exceptional football player.
Doesn't he talk fast?
He does. It's incredible. How does he do that? Let's get the thoughts together so fast.
Man, he puts it together. I think I speak fast. Like when I listen to my voiceovers and stuff like that, like I feel like I talk fast. But Jimbo Fisher is like on a whole nother gear. Look, and Raider fans not happy that I'm a Niners fan. And that's fine, Raider fan. I mean, look, I got respect for you guys. We're not in the same conference, so it's all good. You can do your thing. And look, I'd love to see a game in Las Vegas, and I love Josh Jacobs and everything. Oh, he was Josh Jacobs. I didn't even mention him in my Raiders lineup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. I said Josh Jacobs.
I think you got him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Jimbo also talked about Bryce Young on two different fronts. The first time he just talked about Bryce Young and kind of discussing his escapability. And the second time he talked about, there was a reporter who asked, kind of the differences between Mac and Bryce and if there are any similarities. So this first part is just about Bryce. That is a 540 mark. Let's get you two there in 3, 2, 1.
Polished young man. He's very athletic. He can create plays with his feet, but he's a very accurate thrower. He processes information very well and can get the ball out at different angles with his hands and can do it with his body in different positions. You see some throws that, he'll be moving or getting flushed out of the pocket. Now he'll be able to see something and be in an off-balance look and be able to get his foot back on the ground and still deliver that football. And his hand talent and his overall ability is really remarkable, in my opinion. And he can make all the throws. And I think he's having a heck of a year.
Holy cow, man. That was fast. Wait, but I want to get to something too. Someone said that, John, what's up? I love you, John, because I always see you inside the comment box. He said you speak fast because you're Yankee boy. Can I be a Yankee boy if I'm from New Mexico?
Probably not. I don't know. Maybe
so,
it qualifies.
Right? Yeah,
there's probably a caveat in there.
No, but I don't know. Look, I'm from New Mexico, and a lot of my fans, they thought I was Polynesian because when Bryce was the quarterback,
really,
I was getting like tons of like all this like Hawaiian gear. It was amazing. And if you're out there, man, I still love you, fam. They were sending me like Hawaiian coffee, and I had like Lays. Dude, I was living a dream. If the Polynesian culture ever takes you in, you sail on that boat as far. You got it made.
The kindest people ever. Any Pacific Island.
And the food, the chocolates, the fish. I was getting fish jerky weekly, Trey.
Oh, the pork.
It was
in the Pacific Island. Oh,
all right. Okay. No, I know you're just kidding, John. It's all good, man. I appreciate you. Okay. The second time, if you can hear it again, is Jimbo Fisher talking about Bryce Young and Mac Jones. I can't slow this down. He speaks very fast. So perk up your ears. We're about to get going in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Coach, we'll finish you up with Steve Moulton at WZZN.
All right.
Coach, appreciate the time here today. You mentioned it there with Bryce. Just how would you say he might compare to Mac Jones from last year on film?
Well, I mean, not his experience. Mac was very, very experienced. You could see a lot of things there. But at the same time, Mac's not as athletic. I mean, Mac's had more experience. He's been, in the system longer. But Mac's not as athletic as Bryce. He's a little bigger guy, stands in the pocket a lot more, doesn't have the mobility that Bryce has. And they're just two different styles. I mean, it's hard to compare because you're comparing just two different styles of players. Both are very intelligent, both are very accurate, both are very efficient. So at the end of the day, they're similar in those regards, but their styles, the way they go about it. Bryce can sit in the pocket and make those throws. Mac's a little bigger body guy, seeing over things and doing things, but Bryce can create so many plays with his legs and what he does and keep plays alive. So, but both excellent players and just different styles.
Yeah, I mean, completely different styles. And it was, did you watch the New England Patriots versus the Buccaneers? Did you watch that out there? What did you think about that game? I thought Mac Jones played fantastic. In fact, I dipped into DraftKings a little bit, and I had Mac Jones as my captain, and he had 19 consecutive passes in a row. Now, I don't agree with the fact that Bill Belichick kicked a field goal in those type of conditions towards the end of the game. Look, I get it. But I mean, you look at kind of the efficiency of Mac Jones. You look at the efficiency of Bryce Young. I think that's where they're comparable. But in terms of what they bring from a physical standpoint, Mac's a big dude. In fact, Mac Jones, I don't know what he's weighing right now playing for the Patriots, but here at Alabama, you saw the dad bod pick. He was like 230 pounds. Where Bryce Young is, I don't know, 190 pounds. I don't know if he's 200 pounds or whatever. Completely different in that sense. Bryce Young, the escapability that he has is truly phenomenal. I mean, I think Florida got to him a couple times. He's been hit once or twice, but his ability to adjust the offensive line protection, his ability to keep his eyes downfield, his ability to overall just extend plays, and as Jimbo said, throw the football in different angles is really incredible. You kind of, the Pat Mahomes, the Kyler Murrays, those guys who are balling out this next level quarterback, the Russell Wilsons, the Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's kind of, look, those guys, I know you're mentioning a college quarterback with NFL greats, but my point is he has some of those attributes which has made him successful.
Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you look at the way Bryce Young plays, and we've heard this comparison somewhat throughout the season, but he's almost the exact same quarterback. The way they move their legs, the way they get their legs involved when they throw the ball, the way they're able to throw the ball on the run, it looks the exact same. And I think Bryce is going to find success not only in college, but in the NFL because of that reason. He throws the football hard because he just moves his weight right, and he makes so many good decisions. We talk about his abilities, but the mental ability we've seen so far, the fact that, he can know where he is at all times and know who's open and, which decision is going to put him in the right spot with the amount of time left and where they are in the field. This dude has not slipped up one time. And, we've seen him get blindsided. We saw him fumble. We've seen some things go down that maybe haven't, left the most positive feeling. But overall, I mean, this dude has looked like the best quarterback in the country. Haven't seen the odds since Saturday, but I would imagine he's back in front of that Heisman race. I mean, he's been that good.
All right, I want to play one more soundbite from Jimbo, and then I want to play a soundbite from former Alabama running back Trent Richardson today. We just loaded this onto our YouTube channel as well. Trent Richardson actually compared an Alabama running back not only to Trent, but to another Alabama running back. I'm going to play that next. But here's Jimbo Fisher talking about the Alabama secondary at the 4:45. I think he's right here. Here's Fisher talking about Alabama's secondary.
Coach.
Good morning.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about the Alabama secondary. What's your assessment of them, and what are some of the abilities that Bryce Young brings to the quarterback position?
Well, I think they're mainly in nickel, but they're going to play dime packages. They're going to be multiple in their looks. I mean, they're going to play man. They're going to play man free. They're going to play rat. They're going to play cover two, and in different forms of their mod coverages and their quarters and how they black and carry two man and how they bracket you and who they take away. So, I mean, they're very multiple in the secondary, very talented. Corners can run. They're long, athletic. I know Jalen Armour-Davis is very quick, great ball skills. Job is physical, long, can run. I mean, all those guys, the safeties all tackle well, have really good ball skills. The nickels, they're a very well-coached group and do a great job there. And I think Bryce is a very polished young man. He's very athletic. He can create plays with his feet, but he's a very accurate thrower. He processes information very well and can get the ball out at different angles with his hands and can do it with his body in different positions. You see some throws that, he'll be moving or getting flushed out of the pocket, and I'll be able to see something and be in an off-balance look and be able to get his foot back in the ground and still deliver that football. And his hand talent and his overall ability is really remarkable, in my opinion. And he can make all the throws. And I think he's having a heck of a year.
Post this on the screen, Chris. It's like a used car salesman. So it's like this man talks so fast. I'm telling you, you have to stop like what you're processing because he speaks so fast, right? I can't imagine like being like an old school reporter trying to type out like all his quotes and like or trying to transcribe what he's saying. Okay, so what I want to do. I have the Trent Richardson video posted, but before we do that, let's get one more cycle of score predictions. Let's post those on the screen, and then let's give our score predictions. We'll close out with Trent, and then we'll let everybody go enjoy this nice baseball game. Between
Dodgers Cardinals tonight. We got wild card round 2 coming. And I want to go back to another comment real quick before we go to the predictions. John Martin painted the most beautiful picture in my head of some Polynesian food, a pig cooked under the ground wrapped in banana leaves. I think that's exactly what I was thinking of. Good comment there, John Martin. Let's get some scores going here. Round number 3. Who's leading it off? Oh, the music's back. And another Nathan. It was Jonathan was the hot name last week. I think Nathan is going to be our hot name this week. 43-17. Alabama.
Yeah, just a straight end. Nothing fancy. Kind of like, just an old school offense. Just kind of 3 yards, cloud of dust. 43. That's a tough number
That's
to get to
different.
sometimes.
Yeah, that's a really hard number to
Right,
get to.
right. I would like to see some sort of analytics. And last time I asked this remember when we were talking about hurricanes? We had someone from with an educational weather background come on and comment towards us about hurricanes. I screenshotted that. Remember last show we were talking about hurricanes and he came on? It was amazing. Yeah. All right, keep it going. Let's go.
I love it. Anybody with any hurricane knowledge, please feel free to come here. Any knowledge on life, just let us know. We're always trying to learn. Students of the game. Todd Anderson, obviously a student of the Avatar game here. Yeah. He's got a cool one rocking with us. 34-13 on the score prediction. Excited to hear your take, though, on what we got going here.
He's got some words in there, something about confidence. I see it. He's got a mask. He's being safe. He's being respectful. Maybe he went to the grocery store. Maybe he's just chilling. He's thinking about some other people. But he's got the mask. 34-14 sounds like a reasonable score. I think Alabama's probably going to score in the 40s. Maybe like a 37, so rank that. I mean, but 14 is tough to see Texas A&M scoring twice. And now I do think they'll kick a field goal or so, but
two touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. I just don't know. Let's keep it going.
That's a lot. Like the idea though, Todd Anderson, Tim Bryce.
Oh yeah.
42-17. Now he does qualify with easy, so 17 points, but it's easy. It is an easy 42-17. I thought it was for some reason the Incredibles 2. Movie cover. This whole time I've seen him in the comments, but it looks like another nice selfie here.
Yeah, I mean, look, he got the shades on. I was rocking the shades the other night at the Bama Insider tailgate. I had the screwball peanut butter and whiskey glasses on. And the truth was, not only did I think it semi looked good, but the glare at Innisfree was right in my retina. So I was I didn't want to get a migraine or something. So I was rocking the shades. Hey, if you got to rock the shades, you got to rock the shades. Okay, keep it going.
Yeah, do what you got to do. Make it like a poker table. Marcus Cattrell, I believe, here, 42-21. He's got Bama throwing in an RTR there.
Ooh, I like this.
Wow, this is something out of a video game or something here. What is this now?
Yeah, what is this, Marcus? I like this. It's a strong avatar.
It's cool.
It says a lot about you. It looks like some PS4 game. If you could update us, Marcus, I'd like to know more about that avatar. You certainly moving to the next round.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Something drawn up there. Now Jim Dye. 38-10. This is a classy profile from the looks. And again, it's pretty far away, so I can't see it all the way here. But it looks like we got a congressman or some kind of politician in it. And a
is that Jerry?
Name.
I mean, can we get?
I can't tell who that is. I don't know.
Man,
it looks like Jerry Judy.
It does look like Jerry Judy. Jim, let us know. First of all, I like your score, Jim. I think that's a realistic score, 38-10, because you look at the total points, it's going to be 51 in that game. So you kind of take the under in that format. But Jim, Jim Dye, I've always liked short, nice, crisp names, easy to remember, nice profile photo. Love the suit and tie, very classic, very eloquent, and let's keep it going.
Mike Boyd is up next. Another clean look here on this profile, 31-10. Bama from a Bama Boomer. Wow, an Oklahoma alum here, or maybe just a resident now, something like that. But good to see you repping Alabama out there in Oklahoma.
Oh, and Jim Dye is saying I am the congressman.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
so he is the congressman, and that is Jerry Judy. That's a really cool photo there.
So quick, hold on, Mike. Stay right there, because Mike also said that he speaks really fast, that he doesn't even enunciate. He's just speaking so fast. So look, okay, true story, Jim. Let me go back to this congressman. Now, look, I used to work in Washington, D.C., not once, but twice. I interned for then Congressman Tom Udall. I lived in Washington, D.C., worked up on Capitol Hill, worked in the Longworth building. He took us to lunch. So the congressman took all the interns to lunch. We go inside the Capitol building. We go to lunch. And we order a chicken. I order a chicken Caesar salad, right? Comes with a ton of tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes on my plate, right? Kind of push them to the side. Congressman Tom Udall, who's like, Kyle, may I have your tomatoes? And he munched them. Yeah, it's amazing. It was like the most honorable thing that happened. So Congressman Dye, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. And, great profile photo. Okay, let's get back to who else do we have?
Well, and real quick, Kyle, we've had a major development now. Scuba Steve, I believe, has updated his profile picture since the show started here. Chris, if you could find that for us there. I think it's up a little bit. Right there.
Oh,
there we go.
Something happened.
Look at that. It's in the name now and everything. That's
awesome.
A
hard edit.
That is crazy.
That's a good edit.
That's a great find there, Scuba Steve. Love the new profile pic. Talking about Microsoft stock as well. We're learning things here. How about we get a couple more in before we close it out, give our score predictions. Mouse Shadow.
Okay.
This is a really cool name here, and I love the profile pic as well. 62-17 tied in all caps, emphatic. I like it.
All right, yeah, Mouse Shadow, nice avatar. You got to keep it going. 62-17, that's a ton of points. Maybe too many points, but I like the Mouse Shadow. So let's roll.
Why don't we get one more in here, and then we'll give our score predictions.
Yeah.
Hugh Thomas. He has halftime. This one gives us some context now.
I like this.
Hugh Thomas has halftime 35-0 Alabama. The final score is going to be 42-28. They're going to slack off in the second half. Hugh Thomas knows about themes. He has seen it throughout the season. They have not played 4 quarters. I'm with you, Hugh. I like the score, 42-28.
That's it.
A lot of points, but explained well there.
Wow. Thank you, Hugh. We appreciate it, man. Strong name, Hugh. Very strong name. All right, time for our score predictions. And Jim's saying that he's not the congressman after all, so don't go ahead and, you constituents hold off.
There we go.
And Jim Dye, you got us. Congratulations.
He said he played off of us. I thought he said he played us at first. That's
congratulations,
wow.
Jim. Thank you so much. You got us. Okay, here we go. Our score predictions. Here we go. Go ahead, Trey.
Should I lead it off here? This has been a hard one. A week ago, I would have told you this score prediction was going to be way closer, but at this point, I like DD's score prediction a lot. I'm going to take away a few points. My final score is 42-3. I think Alabama absolutely rolls in this game.
All right, I'm going to stay close by. I'm going to say Alabama 38. I'm going to say Texas A&M 7. 38
in the 30s. I like it.
38-7.
I like it. We'll keep an eye on it. Over under, I believe, at 51.5. Alabama, a 17.5 point favorite in this game. Expected to roll in Aggie land. Looking forward to it. I think 7 p.m. This is the latest kickoff we're going to have all season.
So far, there's going to be those late night kicks. So, hey, fam, we didn't get to that Trent Richardson video. You can go watch it on our YouTube channel in its entirety. Definitely stick around, hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We got great coverage coming your way. We got the Bama Insider Tailgate Show from the Floor Bama. Mick Gillespie will be partying hard down to the Floor Bama this Friday. He got Trey Yanity. And you guys do your thing. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. We appreciate you more than you know. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you very much for joining us on the Score Prediction Show. My name is Kyle Henderson. He is Trey Yanity. We will catch you next time on BamaInsider.com.